got some exhaust system action going on here for the Astra. We got two Flowmaster Super 10s, so those are going to be nice and rowdy. These are 120 bucks a piece. I got both of them for 100 bucks, and they came with some really nice hangers too. And they also came with these big block headers that look like they were home to a family of crayfish at some point in their life. But today we're gonna do some moonshine running, boys and girls. I've got myself this here moonshine jug, and that is gonna be my radiator catch can. I got a cool idea for this. Hey guys, welcome to episode 12. Now this episode I'm really excited because I get to work with some copper line. I'm going to be making the fuel lines, the PCV valve line, the radiator catch can line, and I have something pretty cool in mind for the radiator catch can too, so you guys are going to want to stick around for that. Anyways, let's get to work. So I got this here moonshine jug, and that's going to be pretty sweet. So now I need to build a copper line coming off here. I'm going to dive around there, come around there, have a couple little squigglies, and then go to that. I want to give it some squigglies because I want it to look like the condenser of a moonshine still. But first, I'm going to finish off this heater system and build the fuel line coming off the fuel pump to the carburetor. Fuel line to the pump, from the pump to the carburetor, from the rad filler neck to the catch can, as well as from the catch can down to the ground. So a whole lot of copper. It's going to look like a gift shop from a craft brewery in there. Okay, so I pulled the fuel line out of the way. Now I'm going to install the heater box with both the heater lines first. The heater core I've actually flipped around like that. The inlet and outlet used to be on this side when the 4-banger was, out of the way. So I got the heater box right here. You may have seen it chilling on my desk forever. So I got my new holes drilled out here. And then if you flip over and see on the underside, I've welded a plate and finished it and bodyworked it so that you can't tell that there was ever two holes there. So time to get this thing installed first, and then we're gonna figure out where we're getting our fuel lines coming from to get down to the pump. Tip for you guys: if you ever need to drill a hole on an angle, obviously you can't drill it with a drill bit because then the drill bit will just walk down the hill. But I made this out of this is actually a piece of a torsion bar from a trunk from like a Toyota Corolla or something. All I did is sharpen the tip up razor sharp, and then you can actually use this as a punch. So instead of having a drill bit, you just stick that exactly where you want it, give it a good smack with a hammer, and it punches a hole right through.
I will not wear a mask, man. The government trying to control us, man. I have my rights, man. Don't be a sheep, man. Be a leader, not a follower, man. It's about basic freedoms, man. Oh, okay, we're here.
Now that the comfort machine is hooked up, I have to make some copper lines. So I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is going to be the PCV valve. So I've taken this welding wire to get the exact shape that I need. So I got to start flaring up some copper line, get it bent into the right shape, and then install it. now that my piece is cut and bent and flared, I'm gonna give it a polish before I install it. Okay, it's time to start polishing this thing. Now, I just love polishing metals. My preferred method is using a cordless drill with a soft polishing pad. You could use a buffer on a bench grinder or whatever. This is the way that I prefer doing it. The best piece of advice that I can give you is when you're polishing metals, make sure you're polishing away from what you're working on, because if you're polishing towards what you're working on and you hook an edge, you can turn this thing into a pretzel. And if you're restoring a 50s or 60s car and you're polishing up the stainless trim down the side and you turn that into a pretzel, you're looking at some money. So I'm gonna start buffing this up and yeah, check out the results. Well, there's the first line done, all polished up. Man, looks like a piece of jewelry. There's my template for number 2, from the fuel tank to the fuel pump. Okay, another line done. Just gotta fit it on here and then figure out where I'm gonna put my little support bracket there. Right about there will do. Well, there's my second line done, and I gotta say, I mean, this is going way too smoothly. This is great. Okay, so this inverted flare is an important one because we got a flare nut going on there. So I actually filed this flat, so focus. I filed this flat so that it's nice and smooth, and hopefully I'll get a decent inverted flare on there. Now I'm certain that, just about certain, that this is gonna have to come off at some point in time. So once this thing's all gassed up, I'm probably gonna have to siphon the gas to get it to come up to the very top again, because the fuel pump is totally dry right now. But who knows? We'll see. Just gotta test the headlight bucket here, just to make extra large double sure that it's not gonna obstruct the moonshine jug in any way. And it's not. Tons of clearance. So it's a new day with a new haircut, and I'm gonna have to change my plans a little bit here. So, you know, the original plan was to come off the filler neck and have a couple coils in here, but with the 3/8 copper line, I can't do coils tight enough without it kinking unless the coils were like this fat around. So change of plans. I'm gonna be going with a bit more conservative of a design, but I think it's gonna look pretty sweet. Okay, so now it's time to mount this thing. Going with the theme of polished metals, I've decided to work a little brass into the equation. So this should be interesting. I haven't made a part out of brass for this yet. So I'm thinking of making like a steel ring that goes around the top, and then have 3 washers welded onto that steel ring. And then I'll have 3 brass rods that go up to this steel ring, and then drill out the brass rods, thread it so that I can screw a bolt in, as well as drill out the bottom so that I can thread bolts in from up underneath the car too. Well, this is the closest thing I could find to the diameter I'm looking for, so that'll have to do. Okay, with that little bit of spring back there, it's probably going to be perfect. Doesn't get much better than that. Okay, so this is going to work out good. So that'll just slip over the top, and then those will bolt down. These bolts will go up from underneath, and yeah, once it's all tightened down, that'll hold it strong. I'm going to wrap these up with some hockey tape because Canada, and on the bottom I'm going to use some foam double-sided tape that you use to seal off canopies on trucks. Alright guys, well I finished off the last piece of the puzzle now, which is this one here, and that goes from the moonshine bottle down to the ground. So that's done, and I got my plug done right there for the moonshine jug too. So So now we have every piece of the puzzle, so it's time to just install everything, and then all the copper work will be done. So here we go. Now, I know I went with a moonshine jug for the radiator catch can. I don't drink, but you know what you can make with a moonshine still? Race fuel out of corn. E85 or flex fuel pump gas is 85% ethanol. With a moonshine still, by distilling corn, you can create 95% ethanol. During the early low temperature stages of a moonshine run, you create methanol, which is what dragsters run on. But that being said, this isn't a moonshine jug. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys learned something, and stay tuned for episode 13. Also, I had to bring Cheryl inside because Cheryl has her own little ecosystem going on. Oh yeah, the sprouts are coming in nicely this time of year. But you know what we'll do about that? Oh, let's grab this. There we go. Ah. God, there's no garden in here. Crazy. Done. It's been sitting a while. Poor old girl. This episode is brought to you by EIE. It's not just another venture, it's a lifestyle. What started off as kind of a cool idea has now become international. Many different people in many different countries are rocking the EIE t-shirts. So if you want t-shirts, hats, jackets, baby onesies, you name it, visit eielifestyle.com
or click the link in the description.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Here we have Elsie lining up versus Chevy, the pink car versus the blue-green car. Are you guys ready? Drivers, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! And Elsie takes an early lead, and here she goes across the finish line for a new record of 4.32. On your marks, get set, go! Here she goes, Elsie's good, across the line! Wow. Moving up the class, we have Chevy trying out a Nitro Harley. A Nitro Harley first timer here, folks. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go.